good, everybody? Sorry we're a few minutes late.
I don't know why you always try to act like you so innocent.
I'm very innocent.
You should have heard it before we got started. It was like, fuck that shit. Oh, my bad. We're live, my
That's
bad.
a lie. That's a lie. We were having a good conversation. It bled a little bit into past 7 o'clock, but I was here on time. I sat in the car, finished smoking my blunt, came upstairs, ready to go. Had to fill my cup up, talk the truth a little bit about a little some few things, and now I'm here. So what's good, everybody? What's good? I hope everybody is staying healthy, safe, sane. I know there's gonna be so many people that need like so much mental help once this is all done.
You
If
think so?
what? Yes. Yo, listen. If I never in my life now I had to go for my 6 week postpartum depression um checkup. After you have the baby, they go and they talk to you about the whole birth control thing and sex again after pregnancy, and they give you this depression screening. I was just answering the questions. I fucking failed. I failed.
What kind of questions were they asking you?
Are there days where you feel less than happy than others? Have you lost any type of feeling for joy, and do you smile less? And there isn't a person in their right mind, forget just having a baby, that's just living like normal life right now during everything that's going on with the pandemic, who's truly abiding by the you know social distancing, staying 6 feet, not having like fucking parties in their houses and shit like that.
Michelle says she's depressed.
Well, you know
She
what?
says she agree with the what's the name? What you was just saying.
Yeah. There are a lot. Listen. So they sent me. I had the screening done,
Right.
and my doctor made me go see a psychiatrist. And it's imperative, like I guess, for me because like they want to make sure I'm not out here wanting to kill my kids and kill the newborn and stuff like that.
So, question: should this type process and stuff be done prior to someone? Like, okay, well, not prior. Obviously, you get pregnant, they don't know. Well, I'm saying in the process of pregnancy, like, okay, try first trimester, second trimester.
You know what? I was giving it. My
Okay.
doctor always made sure that they
What's
screened
good,
me.
Prodigy?
To be honest with you, I felt like at times I was more depressed during the pregnancy, which was way before all of this coronavirus stuff, than I am, than I was like towards the end. But they checked me in the beginning. I was fine. The middle, I was fine. It was just after, where I failed miserably. But I
So-
think it's because of everything that we also got.
Well, that's
going
what I
on.
was. That's what I wanted to ask you. Like, do you think it was more of the birth or more of the situation we are being, have to deal with now? Because people look forward to certain things, and you've been in the house all some winter long.
Yeah.
You were pregnant. You
Two
had the
babies,
baby.
two babies, imagine
Yeah.
that.
So summertime's coming.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, I'll be able to get out the house. And now they're saying the way you gonna get out the house is to go to the mailbox and back. That's
Yeah,
your get out the house.
basically.
So that probably kind of helped with it.
Right. Right before I had Egypt, and I thank God that she came 3 weeks early, because if it was 3 weeks later, then I don't know where I would have been at that point. But when I had her, right, the day before, I put a post up on Facebook, and I was saying that I was so afraid to bring her here. Excuse me, I was afraid to bring her here into this world with everything going on. The day she was born was the first official day that the world was like the world. It was a declaration. Type it up. It was March 13th, and it was a Friday the 13th.
Right.
That was when the whole nation went under, official lockdown. It's not a good day to be born on, and it's not a good memory to have.
I will say, even though, like all the kids that were born on 9/11, obviously it was a tragic moment, but, it still marks a moment in history, and then it still has to turn into a joy because, she was born that day. Little comments. So, say agree. Project say hello. Michelle said it's normal after birth. She also says hi to Project. She also goes on to say that I didn't give birth, but yet she's extremely depressed. She says she has to be honest. She doesn't even look forward to going home.
Damn, Michelle. Yeah, we need to get together and maybe go for a social distance walk around the park and talk about that. I'm sorry. Listen, it's a little bit of everything. Being in the house and being told that you have to do this and we're covering our faces up, which are the things that, we look for. Muslim people right now, they lucky. The full hijab, the men that be,
The women.
let they women just go outside like this. This
Yeah.
is what we're all outside looking like right now.
Well, I mean, like you said, the fact that it's something they've been doing for forever.
Yes.
They're used to it. But even those, though, it doesn't restrict your breathing like these do. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like you ain't try to end up dead nowhere. So
Right,
cover up central.
Right. Absolutely. It feels like a scene from the Twilight Zone. And I tell you what, highlights of my week are going to Walmart. It's like, oh my God, there's people. You see people.
So do you find yourself going shopping more often because you want to get out the house, or it's because you actually need to go food shopping?
It's because I actually need to go food shopping.
I don't believe that shit, but go ahead.
Listen, it's because I actually need to go, or one of the kids need diapers, or, just something. For the past couple of weeks, that's the primary. If it's not, to cross over the bridge to go to New York, then it's just going to go get the essential things that we need in the house, and it can be depressing for a lot of people. Like my kids are all turning like pale now. As is, I have light skinned children. Like,
What up, Tone?
they're like pale. They're not getting outside. They're not getting the vitamin D from the sun. They're not getting the fresh air. They almost look like warped out. And that could take a toll and effect.
Well, I think the whole social distance outside. What I want to explain to people: if you want to go outside, but you still have to keep in your mind that you have to refrain from contact to people that not in your household, or you don't know that well, or whatever the situation may be.
Yeah.
But yeah, go outside. You want to take a walk. You want to do something. But the issue is, like, I'm not saying go outside, go to the beach with 10,000 other people you don't know from Adam.
Right.
So it's, go outside, but go outside and still keep your distance.
Right. Keep your distance. When you come inside, don't get lax. Wash your hands. Like I still got to get on my kids. Even if they go outside just to take the garbage outside, when you come back inside, you wash your hands. You got to touch the doorknob to get in the house. You don't know who outside. Walk past, touch the doorknob. Ain't nobody got time for that shit. There's too many of us in the house.
I feel you. Michelle says, I'm definitely concerned about my health, my feelings. I have something I want, to. Girl, you killing me. Sometimes want. I guess she's saying she wants to hurt herself.
No.
So I'm truly keeping myself occupied. She also going to say, tell me about it. She says she's pale also.
Yeah.
Tone said, come down to the Georgia and get the sun. It's not that. I don't know, man. I ain't fucking with y'all, man. Y'all
Yeah,
got
Georgia.
6,000 cases in one day, man. I don't know about that. Man.
Yo, if I was ever scared, I was scared to move to Georgia because half of the population is gay with AIDS. Now I'm scared to go to Georgia because they gay with AIDS and Corona.
I just like to say, just
I'm just kidding.
keep the distance, and you should be good. Stay away from people, especially ones you don't know.
Right. And like I'm telling everybody, go out and get your antibodies tested if you have the opportunity to do so. Just check
Explain to them what that is.
Okay, so
Miss Medical Field.
Okay, so antibody testing is when they take a small amount of your blood to find out if you have the immunoglobulins, which are IgM, which stands for immediate, or IgG, which stands for like past tense or ago. So what they're doing now is they're checking the antibodies for patients to see if they've had traces of the coronavirus in their actual system and was at one point a carrier or was diagnosed with a bad cold that no one could figure out what was going on, why, and the reason why. They're finding that 19% of the cases that they're checking these antibodies on, patients are coming back positive for having the coronavirus and not even knowing that they had it.
I think that's the crazy thing about the human body and how everybody reacts differently to different things.
Yeah.
Like you got some people are cold to put them down hard, and
Yeah.
others they keep trucking or whatever. So
Right, right.
it'll be definitely good for you. So now, what does all of those stages mean as far as you and the virus?
Okay, so what they're saying is, and I mean, it's good. They're checking the antibody. They want to make sure if your antibodies are high and you've had it, then what they want to see is what the plasma in the blood of a positive antibody person is looking like. So if there's something in the plasma in your blood, then it could be or lead to what is the cure of what the coronavirus is.
So they're trying to use us not as guinea pigs, but they're trying to see. You do have some people who just can't catch shit for whatever reason.
Right.
So if they can run across someone like that, I think it would be I feel.
They're checking for the antibodies to find out. Well, number one, just because you have higher than normal antibodies for coronavirus doesn't necessarily it gives you an immunity of some sort, but it doesn't necessarily say how long you're immune for. So they say once you've had the coronavirus or have tested positive for the antibodies for coronavirus, that you can't get it again. But how long does that leave you immune for? Like the chicken pox, once you get it once in life. Like mono, you get it once in life, you don't get it again. Is coronavirus the same thing? Is it one of those things where if you have these antibodies for it and they're high enough, does that mean you won't get it again?
I would say to me, I would think if it follows the same traits as the other one, other diseases, I would say yes. Because the human body is such a miraculous device to where, once you build up a tolerance or your body learns how to fight it, if it ever comes back again, your body take care of it as if like a simple sneeze.
Right.
So I would say, I would say yes.
Yeah. There are.
I'm not saying that this is this big strain that's nothing's ever. We thought that about the Spanish flu and
Right.
a whole bunch of Ebola and stuff like that. So, but once your body does, I think you should be pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. And keep in mind that you can have it and not even know you're having it, and out there passing it around.
Well, yeah, that's where I love the whole social distancing stuff.
Yeah.
Because even if you have it and you just don't show traits, you keeping your distance allows that to pass through your body,
Right.
to go out of your body,
Mm-hmm.
and constantly wipe down, sterilize everything, especially when people are sharing bathrooms or whatever it is. Everything needs to be wiped down on a daily basis.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And Michelle says she went and got tested
Yeah. Yeah.
for the antibodies.
Good. Yeah. Your antibodies come back high. That means that you've had it in the past, whether you knew you had it or not. Of course, if your antibodies come back negative, that means there's been no trace of it.
Oh,
so
shit, you better watch out.
You definitely want to make sure you maintain the hand washing and everything else. But it also speaks volumes on this virus, because if you can have it and fight it and not know you have it, like, how bad is it? I understand. I mean, look, for older people, and that's what its main focus has been on, elderly, the older, and the immune compromised people. I can see how it would do that, but
I think it's hitting people with pre-existing
conditions. Yeah.
From what I'm looking, it seems like for those individuals who are having have respiratory problems or certain things that deal with respiratory, that's who it's really hitting.
Yeah.
Because it seems like that's what it's attacking the respiratory.
Yeah.
And if you have a pre-existing that, because there are some old people that fight it off,
Right.
but there are some young people that can't fight it off.
Yeah. I have asthma, and I'm a big weed smoker. So, and I'm a smoker. So, like, to not be able to breathe on a normal basis, to walk around with a small cough all the time, that's just the life that I've been living forever. For me, it would be like absolutely not knowing anything. I remember with my son, which was one of the main reasons why I got my son checked him not being able to breathe and doctors not being able to figure out what was wrong with him and being in the hospital and not knowing why and being given antibiotics like how they do and because they don't know what's wrong with you and just take these and give it to them and go and we'll figure it out later and pay for these and everything else is going to be okay. Unfortunately, I'm in the industry that is kind of known for giving somebody something to cover up one thing which messes up something else. And that's just how it is. So, get your antibodies checked if you can.
Get out there and get it, people.
Yes. All right, guys. So I'm out of Facebook jail, and I tell you what,
Feels good?
Listen, it feels absolutely crazy. I hopped on Facebook this morning at 10 o'clock with a vengeance. Everybody, Kara! Lauren was like, she's back. I'm like, yes. I felt that a lot of people felt my presence, when I wasn't there.
They knew you were gone, right?
They knew I was gone.
They felt your absence.
They felt my absence, and that makes me feel so good. You guys have no idea how, I'm putting on this smile and this image of, happiness, but on the inside, I'm so fucking broken. It's sad. But I got on Facebook this morning, and I made a post, and a majority of them, they always seem to pop. Thanks, Truth. Last week, we asked everybody, what are some questions that you must know on a first date? We're not wasting no time on no second or third date. What is an important question to ask your date on the first date? We're not holding nothing back. You want to be with this person? You ask them these questions, and we're not wasting any time. So I took it to Facebook.
Let's go.
And everybody have fun with it like always. I gotta go all the way up to the top. Sorry, y'all.
It's all good.
Sorry, y'all.
So, if y'all sitting there waiting, whatever, think of yours also. Chime in. Let us know.
That you got to ask. Shout out to Davies Rahman Olasane. He said he wants to know what kind of recreational drugs you
That's
use.
a good question. Okay.
He also wants to know what your mental health history is.
Nice.
And were you physically, mentally, or verbally abusive in your last... he said abusive. Okay, so abusive, not abused, abusive in your last relationship.
That's some good questions.
Those are fantastic.
Those are definitely some great questions. I like that.
Absolutely.
This is the adults.
Yes. He also says he would also ask, are you a fan of big Wakanda cock men?
What?
Yes.
What did you say? Say that again?
He said that he would also ask the girl, are you a fan of big Wakanda cock men?
Okay, then.
I mean, I put it like this. I can see being asked a question on the first date, how large.
Absolutely.
Especially because if you're not packing anything all of that good, you might want to know if this is something that they require.
I mean, you got to know if you can satisfy your mate. Absolutely.
Shout out to Jose Fernando. He said he wants to know how many kids you have. Not too many females in their late 30s or early 40s are without kids. He said, I love kids, but 1, 2, or 3 tops. He said, try going out with somebody with 5 or 6 kids on a family trip. I can barely afford the kids I have myself.
Oh, shit.
He said, but if I was filthy rich, I wouldn't care. We can go out on the school bus. But unfortunately, I'm poor, and I can only afford my 2 kids and maybe 1 or 2 kids from whatever girl I might date if that ever happens.
I mean,
date with Jose. Huh?
It's just more like, especially kids are expensive. We did a topic last Sunday to where it takes about $200,000 to raise a child from birth to 17.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of money. So if you're dating someone that has 4, 5 kids, and obviously, when you're dating someone with kids, those kids are your kids. That's how you have to do it.
No.
So you don't want to just.
No.
You don't want to just. We know how you are.
No.
That's just the way it should be. You're not gonna take everyone out and then leave people to great adventures or whatever, and then leave people out of it. That's fucked up.
Okay.
Exactly.
um, next comment. Shout out to Tika. She says she wants to know in a male what he's looking for in a relationship. Where you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Good question.
Yes. And then here comes Kara. These are questions that I need to know. This is just a couple of them. I need to know what his long term and his short term goals are looking like,
Nice.
especially with black men. Sorry, fellas.
Racist, but go ahead.
I need to know how he supports himself and also the true number of kids and baby mamas he has. And I need to know the real number. Don't you?
That was some shots fired, but okay.
What?
Thought y'all had to understand it.
Yeah.
All right.
I need to know. I need to know from the first date. You know, like you got to tell me straight up right then and there.
I mean, I get you on the goals.
Yes.
We definitely need to know where you're headed, what kind of plans you have. Because again, we're going to be in this together. So, I need to know that, at the end of the day, I'm going to have someone that has my back.
Antonio Russell Sr., he says that he's asking a female straight off the bat how many kids they have.
Okay.
Which is important. It's important. Aaron Morgan, I'm going to shoot him. I need to get him, like, right here next to me. He's a really good friend of mine. He's so silly. But he said that he's asking the chick, how much was your food? And that's him all the way. Like that 100%, he's going to pay for his, she's going to pay for hers.
Well, I mean, see, then you're, all right, sir, you're not going out on a date. You know what I mean? Because this is, again, these are individuals who've met, they've been conversating, obviously, and they finally decide to go out on a date face to face. Because I always tell people, you can't ask people questions over the phone. You can't ask them questions over a text. I need to see that person's facial expressions.
You know what? I used to be like that too. But not everybody understands that.
I feel.
You know, everybody's different. But at least I know that if I have an issue with you, I'm gonna like talk to you from now on face to face.
Yeah, that's the thing. I need to see your your mannerisms, your body language, and the looks on your face. I need to learn these things, so I know when I'm not being told the truth.
Right. Yes. Very good. Oh my gosh. Shout out to Nikki Sessom. She says, "Are you in fact the gender that you look like?"
Oh shit, I love it, but that's fucked up. You gotta ask that question.
Listen, nowadays,
you gotta ask it. You have to ask.
Any dude that's ever done me dirty, I be wanting to just like wish that they come across the next bitch and she got a dick, straight up, and let me find out about it. Let me find out about it. Show topic, okay? Eddie Ortega, he said herpes or any other STDs, or is that a second date question?
Yeah.
I told him, and I replied back to him. I said, listen, people are having sex on the first date, so I guess it's important to know if they have herpes and STDs. For me, I would much rather want to know like if they have money to pay for this date, as opposed
pay
to
for a date. You taking him out?
Nah, fuck. I'm tired of taking niggas out. I want to be taken out.
Ain't got nothing to do with the new dude. You always say you don't want your past to become your present because it affects your future. I will say,
jackass,
if we're serious, then yeah, we would go get tested together, which doesn't happen, people.
No.
But you would want to get tested together. I don't think you should just take a person's word. I'm clean.
This is how we do tests nowadays. One person gets tested, and if all they tests come back clean, the next person is good.
That's how it's done, for real.
That is how it is done.
But
nowadays.
it's just more lines of like this. The person you're dating could be 5 showers a day clean, OCD clean, but that one person they fucked with who wasn't clean could have brought something home.
Absolutely. Scary, y'all. Definitely scary. So I guess the STD question is a good question to have on the first date, too. He said the next question after the STD question would be asking, is it going to be your place or is it going to be mine?
There you go, homie.
Yeah, straight up and down.
That would be. You need to do a topic with that because Should it be a hotel the first time? A neutral ground? You know what I mean? Like neutral. It's not yours. It's not mine. Neither one of us is comfortable. Neither
All
one of
right.
us is uncomfortable.
Honestly, to be honest with you, I would much rather the first time be in a hotel. Only because if I'm gonna bring somebody to my house and this nigga's about to like break my back type shit, I got kids
Right.
in the next room.
Right. Right.
You know, so I
Well, that's
think
what pillows are for. But go ahead. But no, I
Jackass,
feel you
yo.
on that. I feel you. I would really think
Yo.
a hotel would be the first. If you have the finances for it,
Yo, $25 on Route 46. Go to the stagecoach.
you don't
4
want to go
hours.
there. You do not want to go there. Do not listen to Goddess, because you'll be in the bed with everybody else who's been there for the last year. Ain't none of them shit. Ain't no way in hell you ain't never been to a hotel room where sheets smell like the next person. Like if you gotta lay plastic down before you get on that motherfucker, it's a motherfucking problem.
Yo, listen. That's one of the type of places that you know what it is.
What it is?
Okay, you ain't gotta touch nothing. You could just use the dresser real quick.
I can get you to put your knees in the car seat, and I can bang you out that way. Like you don't want no parts of your clothes touching that floor, the door. And if you talking about first date, we talking about seriousness. If a motherfucker take you there, I don't think you getting a phone call tomorrow. No matter how good it is.
I don't know when was the last time he was there, but they've upgraded.
I ain't never been there. Hold on, you said roof what? Roof 4?
Route 46.
Oh, about 15 years ago.
Yeah, you know what?
Me and my cousin smashed this shorty.
Nah, to be honest with you, I haven't been over there since my Jade
We
East.
don't believe you. 'Cause you
Jade
went-
East
you,
days.
you know what the new bathroom look like. We ain't.
Shut up, man. My God. Shout out to Tony. Tony says, what are you trying to be relationship-wise? What are goals when it comes to being with somebody? That's good to ask on the first date.
Absolutely.
That's really good to know.
Yeah.
I've been on dates, like the one I went on for my birthday. This shit was terrible. It was horrible. I told everybody on the show what happened to me. And I wouldn't even have considered that a date. It was a friend who took me out because I was alone and pregnant on my birthday. You know, and it was nice. But he was just extra. We not friends. He keep inboxing me, begging me to sell him $40 worth of breast milk. I'm about to just pump $40 worth of breast milk and give it to him so he could just leave me the fuck alone. He says that it's good to cook with. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm good.
Shout out to Bobby Phoenix. He says he wants to know how many times a day you brush your teeth.
I feel you.
And I tell you, I laughed at it, and a couple of people laughed at it, but at the end of the day, that's important to know.
Well, I mean, the mouth is. I mean, you have to understand that with all these, we've all looked in the window, and the sun was shining, and you see these little particles floating the fuck around.
Dust mites.
Dust mites. So you're breathing, you're laughing, you're coughing, you're inhaling, you're drinking.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's good, man. I think the human mouth is by far bacteria box.
It's disgusting. All right. Blame Dame. He says, were you born a male? Can't be too sure nowadays.
Yeah, some of these doctors is real good.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like I told people before, you need a 2-kid minimum.
Yeah. He said 2 kid minimum. Fuck that shit. Blame Dame also said ranch or blue cheese. They said that you could tell a lot about.
Well, I mean, yeah, food-wise, but you have people that are just, they like different things. Like, I love wings, but I don't want blue cheese or ranch. I just want my wings.
You know what? Shout out to Eric Daniel Ash. He says, so many first questions to ask, such a tough one to choose from. Prodigy wants to know, are you open-minded? Donnie Eccles wants to know, wings or flats? The wing. Isaiah Thomas, what's the last book you read? Tells you everything you need to know about a person.
Not really, but I feel you.
Hassan Ali wants to know, do you have a relationship with God?
It's a good one.
That's a
If
very
you're
good one.
spiritual, you want the person you with to be spiritual also, if that's what you're looking for.
Yep. All right.
Understandable.
So that was it with the comments. I wrote some comments in here,
All right, what you got?
but I
'Cause
want to
I got
say,
some. Go ahead.
okay, me personally too. On the first date, I want to know who you hang out with and who are you friends with.
Yeah.
Who are your friends?
Okay.
Okay. And I'm gonna explain to you why this is important. If you are that type of guy that is around the same type of guy that you are, and you guys are all kappa betas, doing really good, successful, meeting up for these meetings twice a week to pledge or whatever it is that they do, like on some responsible board type shit, higher level, then that's okay. But if you are a person that sits around on your ass and plays video games, and your friends are people that sit around on their ass and play video games, then it's kind of like the apple's not falling far from the tree. Who the fuck is the one who's stepping up? Who's the motivation out of this group? Are any
Flock
of your
that stick
friends
together, you're
married?
saying? Okay.
Yeah. Are
Okay.
any of your friends married? Who are your fucking friends? I mean, that's important too. Especially, once you've been invested with somebody and have children with them. I don't see how they could love you if you don't know their friends.
Right.
If you ask anybody, my friends, you can name at least 3, 4, 5 of my friends. But if I can't name any of your friends, then your friends could be anybody, female or male. So I want to know who your friends are. I also want to know your relationship with your family. Are them niggas fucked up? Because if I'm in a situation where, okay, now I'm with this person and we're together, and it's been a couple of years, and now here's an engagement, but I ain't never met your mother. What are you hiding? Like, what is this? What am I going into? What type of fucking family issues do y'all have? So those are very important to me. I need to know about your friends, and I need to know about your family. As long as those pan out, then maybe there'll be a second date. And this is just me going further. I'm not talking about life now. I'm talking about if I were to meet somebody, the next white guy, these would be questions that I ask him straight up.
Okay.
What about you?
I need to know finances.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how much you're making, but you need to be someone that can balance a checkbook.
Yep.
You don't want to, because you do have some people that love drink bank accounts. I'm not one of them. So what you don't want to do is put all this money together and, it's getting spent and there are new shoes and shit all over the place. Obviously, I need to know when it comes to sex, your do's and don'ts. I need to know your do's and don'ts. Because there are certain things that I may be like, okay, well, I have to have this, and it's something that you're not willing to do, then obviously that would be an issue for me. I'm with you on the family.
Yeah, that's what Tony just texted me about.
But just a little different, though. I want to know what her relationship with her parents are, or what it was.
Okay.
It tells you a lot about a person.
Yeah.
It really does. And also, I need to know when it comes to our relationship, I'm not dealing with multiple people outside of our relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Are you headstrong? Can you, just more lines of, I'm not the type of person who's, just because your friend says do this, you need to do it, or your parent says this or whatever. Like, me or you are the only ones in this relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not dating other people outside this relationship.
Right.
I agree with you. I'm not really keen on the friend shit, because a lot of times people just have people they associate with.
No. I'm talking about friends you dissing your bitch for.
I mean, here's the thing: if I'm disrespecting my young lady for a friend, then that's a relationship that I'm not in.
I'm talking about like I want to know about who these people are that you're up and hanging out with until 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. Like
That's
that, and then to be honest with you, if these are the type of people that you're with, and if they're married, which is the reason why I want to know about what's going on with your friends, and this is the
absolutely
type
not.
of shit that they're.
All right, and the reason why I say this is this: back when I was married, and I was the epitome of greatness, of just us two. All of my friends are smuts.
Did your wife know your friends?
She knew them.
That's fine.
You
Yo,
know,
listen.
but what I'm saying is they're all smuts. So
Okay.
if you're judging me by my friends, then you're gonna put me in that category, which I wasn't. You know,
Yo, when by the time you got married,
no, when I was married,
yo, you are
I
what
did
you
not cheat.
attract.
I
You
didn't
do
no,
realize that, right?
no. But
Did you guys
and
see my
this
face?
is what I'm saying. The fact that everybody around me and my cousins and everybody were super smuts. I'm talking about super
Yeah,
duper
you know
smuts.
what.
I wasn't. I was committed in this situation because even though I have my smuttiness back in the days, I was ready for a committed relationship.
Okay.
Like I even got teased one day because we were riding on a train, and this lady's staring at me, beautiful, gorgeous, and she made it her mission, get up when it was her stop to get off the train, and called me a fool for not coming over there and talking to her.
I would have done the
I
same
got
shit.
teased all the way the train, everything, and it just so happened that my wife met me at the train. Just one of those days she popped up, and one of my boys, now I understand, and he left it at that. So I had better at home, and it wasn't just physical; it was like mental too. Like this individual knows me. This, like I don't know how she did it, but she knew exactly when I was gonna get home, and that's when the food was coming out the pot.
Okay.
So it was like little things like that. Like you just can't expect that from other people.
I understand, and the reason why I say the friends too is because, and I know this holds very true for the sign Aquarius. If there's anybody that's watching that's an Aquarius, you guys can vouch 100%. They're a lot closer with people in a circle of friends than they are with their own family, which
Okay.
means they develop friends from young that they keep forever.
Okay.
Um, I try to do a little bit of every bit of sign, in the Virgo sign. But if like me and Prodigy, I met Prodigy when we were both 3 years of age. I'm 38, she's 39. I've been friends with Prodigy for 36 years. I make sure I tell everybody that. People, oh my gosh, she's so different. And of course, if she gets it, that Kara's such a bougie bitch. Like, we're very opposite, but we have a good friendship. I make sure I make that a point to let everybody know that, it says a lot about both of us because that, you know, we've been through some shit in our friendship.
I think it was like friends. You said, you've went through so much, and sometimes opposites do attract. But that bond and the fact, especially when you start going through things with people, that creates one of those unbreakable bonds.
Tony said he's still friends with some from his past and fell out with others.
Yeah.
I mean, it would tell somebody who is looking for a female that's committed. Not only am I a Jets fan and they suck, but
watch your mouth. Forget.
Look, that's my team too. Jets is my team too.
Yeah.
But her team has never had a ring, nor
Who?
has she. Well, not.
What
since
team
I've
she
been
is?
alive. The Jets.
Jets 68.
Did you not know that I was a fucking
No,
Jet
I know
fan?
you was a Jet fan. You said she
Not
said,
since I've been alive. Like
no, not since we've been alive. No.
I've gotten a lot of people that's like, yo, she's a committed person. She's a Jets
Well, I
fan.
mean, yeah, you ride or die with your team. You have unfortunately, you have a lot of people that jump from team to team in situations
Not me.
like that. Yeah.
But the fact that I've been able to maintain a long friendship, I've had relationships with the fathers of my kids for numerous years. We never were married, but it tells a lot about a person and the level of commitment to certain things that they care about. So I tend to want to know those questions.
No, I mean that's
your
good.
longest relationship. You got to ask that too. Yeah. You gotta ask.
I don't.
You gotta find out if your longest relationship, like my son, my 21-year-old son, was mom. My longest relationship I ever had lasted 6 months. I know it. My son gets bored easy and he's out cheating and messing around. He's never gonna be the type of guy that's gonna be with one person, and he accepts it. He tells me that I'm fine with it. He wants to be a man whore. I love you, son. Be a man whore. But like he's accepted it, and that's just him.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I look at it differently, and this is the reason why I say this. I remember I was on a job interview not too long ago. I got you, Tone. Give me a second. I was on a job interview about 9, 10 years ago, and I was interviewed by two people. One I worked directly for, and her boss. I was sold with her because she seen me work.
Okay.
Her boss hasn't seen me work, but he's looking at my resume, and the first thing he was looking at is like, you've had a lot of jobs in a short period of time. And my response to him was, not every job is a career.
Right.
And I had to explain to him, just because that job sees itself as a career doesn't mean I do.
Right.
And because I have responsibilities and people that I have to, I'm responsible for as an adult, I have to make sure I do what's best for that, to find a career.
Right.
And if it's not, then I move on to the next.
Right.
What would it say about me, the fact that I stayed in something that wasn't viable for me and my family?
I know.
To continue to put me and my family in a bigger hole.
I know. You're right.
So, I don't care if a person has, like me in my situation, me being very, flamboyant and being out there, to turning around, telling the person that I am ready for a committed relationship. It's hard, because you also kind of sometimes get associated with that other person. But if I'm coming to you and I'm telling you that's not me anymore, like I'm saying, I don't want to be that person anymore. But I'm being upfront and honest with you about it, which means I'm ready now. It's not like I'm still on the fence. No, I'm ready now. Accept me.
Okay. All right.
All right, so Tone says, you wouldn't believe me if I told you my longest relationship. Well, you got to tell us now because you put it out there. My shortest, what was my shortest relationship? My shortest relationship, I think it was like a couple of days. Because someone that was more attractive wanted me, so I dumped her.
Yeah. Every relationship that I've had, I've ended up being with the man and having kids with him. My life has sucked. I've only been in like 4 or 5 relationships.
Well, I mean,
and they've all lasted a long time.
I mean, that's
38. My last one was.
You have people that go from person to person to person. It is what it is, and unfortunately, just people searching for something, whether it's good or bad. But
right.
they're searching for something.
Right.
But at the end of the day, once you get to a point to where you truly want something,
yeah,
you gotta do what you need to do to get it.
You know what? I'm kind of close to 40, and I'm starting to feel like that a little bit. So I've started to try to make changes. But
I mean, we're all flawed.
Yeah,
we are not perfect.
Yeah,
by any stretch of imagination.
There's some shit you shouldn't have to deal with, regardless.
And no, I'm not saying you. Well, it's some shit that you are not willing to put up with.
Hell no.
Something other people would. Someone said, let's just say I haven't been in a real physical relationship longer than a month. I've had 2 long distance relationship that lasted 2 to 3 months. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it takes strong commitment.
I'm just kidding.
You know what it takes? It takes trust to be in a long distance relationship. Because you have to trust that person. Well, I mean, the fact, because when you're obviously around each other, the same state, same county, whatever it is, you're gonna see each other on a regular basis. But when it's long distance, you still planning your life. So it's a conversation here.
Yeah.
A text message there.
Yeah, it sucks.
A voice chat here and there.
Yeah.
But you're still able to pretty much kind of like be out and free.
Yo, Tony. Yo. Yo. I don't even know what to say. But that's a good thing, Tony. It's okay. It's all right. That's good. I just feel somebody like Tony is gonna fall in love and like just put a ring on the very first woman that.
I don't
knocks
feel
him
that.
off.
I don't see that from him.
I do.
I think he's. I'm looking from watching his post and everything. This is a guy who I think, if it's what he wants to do, has the ability to make a woman very happy. But unfortunately, I say this:
He's so
the
cute.
best thing I
Why
can
you
ever
tell me
tell.
my mic?
Yeah, with the mic, you don't know how to handle mics anymore. I tell people
Nope.
the best thing a person could do is by not looking for it.
Yeah.
I would say the best thing you could do right now is to work on yourself. And while you're working on yourself, you will run into someone.
Listen, this might be off topic, but never.
Fix it the way to where it's not straight up. There we go.
Okay. See, now I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh no.
You you said it was off topic, and
But I don't know. But it's okay. It's all right. Was there any other question? That was it with the questions?
yeah, again, I would say to sum the topic up, what you want to do is you're pretty much courting the person you want to spend the rest of your life with. I don't think any question or topic should be out of reach. Again, we're talking about the rest of our lives. If you don't know how to handle a checkbook, then why would I? I would be pretty much supporting us.
Yeah.
You're working, I'm working, but I'm taking care of everything because you're blowing through your money.
Right.
And, it's not fair to me.
Right.
And that would start to create animosity and stuff like that.
Right.
So you both have to be contributing to that. So, again, you need to know, can you balance a checkbook and stuff like that?
Right.
Ask the questions.
For me, I more or less so just need to know.
Well, I feel you, Tone. Tone says he's not scared of a relationship. He just want, but that's the best thing about it. It's not, the moment you know that it's something that can't work, you move on.
That's it.
But you still have to make sure before you move on, you fought for it.
That's it. As hard as
long as you fight, you fought for it, because when you don't fight for it is when you keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But when you fight for it and you gave it 100%, you can walk away with a smile on your face.
That's it. Absolutely. All right, so let's talk about this whole choking thing. Ooh, ooh. I don't know if a lot of you women knew. I found out that a lot of women knew about this after I put the post up on Facebook. But evidently, when you choke a man, it gives him a better orgasm. Is this true?
I used to be choked, but by a scarf or a rope during, and that passing out, it does, and it heighten.
Yo, that seems like it's so much fun. I'm into bondage.
Well, the only thing that bothered me about this photo is that's a man hands. But go ahead. If your girl got hands like this, you need to be asking those questions everybody was asking before. That motherfucking hands is big as shit around that nigga neck. I looked at a guy that's posted this shit. I was like,
only him, y'all, only him.
That's not no motherfucker. That's like Shaq hands right
Nobody's seen any of this but him. It is a big hand though, and he's Spanish. Spanish people are into that shit, that freaky shit. But
it is freaky, and it's like Negro.
It's very much so freaky. For me, I like to be choked. Again, I'm into bondage.
Right.
So any of that kinky shit, I'm 100% for. Tie my hands behind my back, tie my hands above my head, tie me down to the bed, tie me to a chair, slap me, bite me. Like, I'm into all of that. But, I didn't know that by doing this to a man, it gives him a good nut. So Lauren said that she knew that. Antonio said he's not a fan of being choked because he's dominant. Deidre James says she likes to be choked. I like to be choked. It's something that, I thought it was more of like a woman's thing. But as I'm seeing, Laura Robinson, he likes it. Shout out to Zachary. He's normally here. Um, he says he doesn't enjoy being choked, but he enjoys giving the one hand stroke. One hand choking stroke. I don't know what that is. That sounds interesting. He might have to show me a demonstration of that. And Camellia Parker, she says she likes it when her girlfriend chokes her. And that's a really good thing. So this was just a quick throw this up. Yeah, she likes it when her girlfriend chokes her.
No, I'm trying to see how the fuck is that possible. But okay. No, because I'm like, all right, if you're being choked. Okay, never mind.
So, ladies, if you're going to get some action tonight, which I'm not, but if y'all are, try this for your fellas and let me know, when you have a chance to, if it works. Because if it does, then it's definitely something that I might consider trying one day.
What comments we had?
The comments I just read.
I will say this. This, to the extreme that I did it, it's dangerous. Because there are people who die every year from it. So you just got to make sure you do it with someone you trust. This isn't just someone that you just randomly, having sex with or whatever.
Is this like BDSM type shit, or is it more bondage?
It's like erotica, like, because you're pretty much cutting your air circulation off.
I want to be choked to the point where I'm at that point.
I mean, I feel if you got, like, you can legitimately die. So this is like, no, serious. This is why I try to explain to people the importance or how dangerous it is for it. Like, once this pandemic calms down, I'm going to start taking shibari classes.
Yeah, you told me that. That's nice.
I think that shit is, like, so erotic. Mm-hmm. So it's not getting your face beat in. It's not getting beat by a stick or a whip or anything like that. It's just, pretty much being, restrained by rope. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I think I really want to get into those classes.
See, that's dope.
Sorry, I'm really going to get into those classes.
That's good. The only thing I plan on doing differently is hanging out where rich white men hang out.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
After the quarantine. I want to meet someone rich and white. That's about it. I need a new pair of shoes called Rich White. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, guys.
No, the fuck she not.
I'm dead ass just kidding. All right, and the last one, which was another real quick one. What is something that will stop you, like dead in your tracks in the middle of sex? Let a nigga call me somebody else's fucking name. That's it. I'm drying up quicker than the Sahara Desert, and I'm getting the fuck up.
See, well, women have to... I'm sorry, fellas. I have to say it. Men have gotten wise to this game. So we adapted to what females do. We say bae. As long as you stay with bae, it don't matter what bae you're talking about, you're dating that person, she's bae. Now, of course, I've never done this.
Shut up. Don't believe him. I need a witness.
But if you're, and we always give, like, nicknames and stuff like that. That's why that nickname shit started.
Okay.
Either that, you just keep dating the same person with the same name.
That's what I did. But anyway, I never said anybody's name during sex. Anyway, so that's not my thing. Not unless your name is God. That's it. Only thing that would make me stop. Oh, no. There's something else. If either somebody come walking in and you get caught. And I remember I did a show.
It depends.
Nah, fuck that.
It depends on who catches me.
Regardless of who catches me, somebody come walking in through the door, I'm stopping. What you gonna keep going for?
Hey, what's gonna happen? I'm not gonna not nut. You're gonna see this stroke.
What if it's the kids coming in the room?
They need to learn what's gonna happen in a couple of years.
Yeah, you know what? Antonio Russell Sr., he said the only thing that's stopping him is if his son is calling him.
I feel you.
D. James, she says if she starts to get a leg in the cramp while it's on her back.
Do women catch cramps?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. I've never, I've never thought that women catch cramps.
Listen, back in my day when I used to have sex, when you used to do like the reverse cowgirl or the froggy position, cramp city all in your legs. Start down from the bottom of your calf, go straight up if you know what you're doing, and if you're not hydrated enough. But yeah, Tony says if the bitch is boring and she's just laying there, and you know what, then we can't rock because after I get choked out and I'm unconscious, I expect you to just be. I expect for me to just be laying there, and you do it. I'm just kidding, Tony. I get it. You don't want a dead fish in the bed. Most men don't, and that's how it is. I don't know if that would be a reason for me to stop. To me, it should just be a reason for you to just start pumping harder. I wouldn't stop though. And I would think other natural disasters like maybe the electricity going out or the cable getting shut off or a big ass storm or whatever the case may be. Baby crying in the next room. Hear somebody breaking into the house. I don't like for a phone to keep ringing either. If I'm with you and we messing around doing our thing and you got your phone on vibrate, sitting on the table and the shit keep ringing, I'm stopping. Somebody's obviously trying to get in contact with you. So regardless of what we're doing, it's not as important as what that whole situation is. And that's it. That would be reasons why I would stop in the middle.
Mine's is no. The word no.
Wait a minute. Don't guys like to be told no?
Absolutely not. Where you talking about that little T shit punch? But my thing is like, if I want to do this position, I want this position. I don't want to hear no ifs, ands, or buts. I don't want to hear any hesitation. That shit's a major turnoff.
What if you can't get into that damn position?
I don't get what if we're fucking and we're in a relationship. You know how to get in that position because we fucking and we're in a relationship. I ain't in a relationship with someone that can't satisfy me.
It's not that important.
Yes, the fuck it is.
It's not that important.
Here's the thing. Just like women want to be satisfied, men want to be satisfied also. Men don't ask for a lot. We truly don't. And I was watching something online, and this came from a female. So for those of you who are saying that I'm being extra, all this other shit, this came from a female. And she recently got married, and she's been in, multiple relationships. And, well, not recently, she's been married and for a while. And they were asking, she's very beautiful, still young. And they were asking why has her relationship been successful. She says because she learned the trick. I mean, she learned the magic of a relationship. And the guy said, well, what was that? She said, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you know what? That's what I'm about to start doing, too. I'm about to just start shutting the fuck up.
She said, unfortunately, you have a lot of women that overcomplicate a relationship when it's no need for it. Men are very simple. Feed us, keep our balls empty. Especially if it's someone who really wants to be in a relationship, you'll get the world. Mm-hmm. But too many times you have a lot of women that want to be in charge. They want to be the controller or the dominant in a relationship. And it isn't. We're both in this. We're both in this. Not just you. Mm-hmm.
Well, if it's going to be 50-50, then it should be everything is done 50-50. If it's not,
well, that's what a relationship is. And it's not you're a normal 50-50. Okay, I'm making more money than you, so you have to still give me 50% of the bill. No. But it's 50-50 as far as taking responsibilities in the relationship. Mm-hmm. I can't ask my woman who's making less than me to come up with the same amount of me. That would be asinine. All right, so I'll take these bills. You take that. Mm-hmm. All right? I like cooking. You don't want to cook, so be it. You just keep the house clean. You know what I mean? So it's these give and takes that need to be happen. Or, all right, so you clean this week, I clean next week.
Right.
I cook this week, you cook next week. Mm-hmm. There has to be a give and take.
Absolutely.
But unfortunately, there are a lot of times, not just women, there are men too, they have to control everything.
Okay.
beat my chest.
At the end of the day, if you're not giving, okay, look, if you're giving and you're not getting, then to me you have the right to have a certain amount of control or an advantage over the other person. You can't be disrespectful. Oh my God, da, 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 if you're not contributing shit to the relationship. Because guess what? I can go find somebody who's going to contribute shit to this relationship and be disrespectful, and it's not going to be as bad.
I feel you.
So I understand what you mean. Like, give and take equal 50-50, kind of like the same thing.
Well, I mean, that again, that's the thing. We people say 50-50, they just think that, again, that, you have to do that. No, it's people take it 50-50 as far as responsibilities in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Like some guy posted, okay, if I pay for the movie theater tickets, you pay for the popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm paying for the meal, you do the tip. Like, you can't expect someone making less than you, whether it's the male or the female in a relationship. You can't expect someone making less than you to be able to keep up with you. It's impossible.
No, listen. By all means, it's impossible. Like you said, there's no way you can do that. But you would expect them to at least do something, not nothing. If you want to feel like there's some type of control, there's got to be a respect level first.
Absolutely.
You can't respect someone that doesn't make you feel like that togetherness type.
No, I feel what you're saying.
Anyway, all right, guys. I'm on a limit. Once the titties start tingling, the baby's hungry, it's time to go home. That's how breastfeeding works. And you know what? I don't know if it's because I have been drinking, but it did get hot in here. But I'm okay because we're done.
You was gonna burn up. Nah, you just told me how to turn it back on.
No, it's okay. I just started getting hot now. You start feeling it a little bit. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this week's edition of Grown Talk with the Goddess. I'm trying to think about what I want to talk about next week.
We'll come up, but like I said, the fact that you're out of jail,
yes.
We'll be able to put a full week and change as far as promotion into it.
Mm-hmm.
So just keep watching. We'll work on something.
Absolutely. And I want to leave this on this level, just real quick.
Tone, give me 1 second. All right, so Prodigy says, don't forget to stop by to pick up your scarves to make masks with Goddess. You doing something?
Yeah, we're going to go rob a bank.
Okay, nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Tone says, truth, I got a topic for y'all next week. So, Tone, what you do is, you can do it either way. You can put it into the website, or you can let Goddess know. But again, for anyone who has a topic you would want you would want Goddess to discuss, please go to the website, go all the way down to the bottom on the left-hand side. You put your email address, you pick the show, you put the topic you want to discuss, you hit enter. We get an email, and we'll discuss it.
Yep. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Just real quick, if you're with your man, y'all been together for a while, you don't know his friends or his family, he don't love you. See you guys next week.